What is ADHD? If you look at the list of symptoms that are contained in the official diagnostic manual, they're divided up into 3 groups. One is hyperactivity, and listed under hyperactivity are symptoms like won't sit still in chair, gets up out of chair, won't stand on line. Another is inattention. The kid doesn't pay attention to the board, he doesn't hear the teacher talk, and his mind wanders. She's writing poetry in her head instead of listening in class. And the third is impulsivity. That contains my favorite one. Interrupts the teacher when she's asking a question before the question is even finished. I do that all the time when I'm doing radio shows with people. I know what they're going to ask me. I interrupt. I give the answer. Now, what do all these things have in common? They don't have in common an underlying disease process. They don't spring from a common biological source. ADHD is actually a list of behaviors that make trouble for teachers, that cause teachers to have to pay attention to the child. What psychologists and psychiatrists did was to look at all the minor behaviors in a classroom that cause a problem. The talking out of turn, the interrupting, the not writing everything down, the talking to your neighbor, all the minor stuff. And in order to sell drugs, convinced teachers that this was a disorder. Now, when they give the drug, doesn't matter what it is, Ritalin, Adderall, Strattera, behavior is suppressed. Lo and behold, the next day in class, 1 dose, and little Johnny isn't doing much anymore. Little Johnny's easier to be around. In fact, little Johnny isn't there as much as he used to be because his brain has now been suppressed by the psychiatric drug. We have a lot of scientific information proving how Ritalin and Adderall and the other stimulants work. Think of a chimpanzee, because we do a lot of studies on chimps. They're like children. They like to groom, they like to play, they like to explore, they even hug and kiss. And if you put them in a cage, they want to get out. Now, what happens when you give a chimp one of these psychiatric drugs? They stop grooming each other. They stop playing, they stop smiling, they stop hugging, they stop kissing, and they stop trying to escape. They become good caged animals. And that's what we do to our children when we give them stimulant drugs. We make them good caged children. The effect may be subtle, you may hardly see what's happening, or in some cases, and this is literally described in the medical textbooks, the child becomes zombie-like. So you have a whole spectrum of behavior, but one of the things that you can really see is the sparkle goes. The spirit is diminished in its expression by these drugs.